Welcome to Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show, with your host, Kinte and Shannon. This program hosts a weekly panel of men and women who discuss topics such as dating, the workplace, family, spirituality, cheating, and of course, sex. Monday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. This show is simulcasted live, audio and video between the website indieradio.org and YouTube, which allows listeners all over the world to gather together to tackle challenging relationship issues. And now here is your hosts, Shannon and Kinte.
Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. I am your host, Kinte, all the way live from Los Angeles, California. I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, the one and only Shannon. How you doing, Shannon?
I am great. How are you, Kinte?
I'm doing good, Shannon. I'm doing really good.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was lovely. I had a wonderful weekend. It rained actually here in Los Angeles. And for those who may not understand, if you live in LA and it with any kind of extreme weather, we just freak out. So it rained a little bit. I'm sure you guys are like, rain? What's rain? But here in LA, those prophets said a long time ago, it never rains in Southern California. They were not lying. So it hardly ever rains. But this year, though, we've gotten a lot of rain. So we're really excited about that. But enough of me. What you been up to, you and Lil Man?
Nothing. Being bummed.
Being a bum, huh? Okay. I know you've been doing some overnights.
Yeah. I did 3 in a row. Have 3 more coming up before I head to cold country. We leave for Minnesota on Monday. So.
All right, world traveler.
And I will be available for our podcast.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. I love it. I love it. Before we get into our panel and what the topic is tonight, I want to thank all those who are listening. We are on Periscope, Get Vocal, as well as YouTube. And if you're on the YouTube chat, make sure that you let yourself be known. We will give you a shout out. I see Listermate 2, as well as Boogie from the Elephant Room is in the chat as well. I see there's more people. Let people know. And on Get Vocal, there Tony was there as well. So and Sybil is listening to us through Periscope. So give good shout out to all of those fine people. All right, so let's introduce our panel. And of course, we always like to start off with the ladies. I'm gonna start off with this lady. She's been on the show a couple of times this year. It's the one and only Q. How you doing, Q?
I'm doing amazeballs. How is everyone else?
Great. We enjoy you on the show. You always have really good points of view, and glad that you were able to join us for this show tonight.
Yeah, no, hell yeah. I'm always excited to be here. You guys always bring out the best in me. So.
All right, Listermate is Tony from Get Vocal. So what's up?
Hey, Tony.
All right. Okay, so these next ladies, see, I'm a big accent person. I love accents. You know, being from LA, I really don't have an accent. So these two ladies have a very distinctive Southern accents, both of them. And I'm a huge fan of especially women with Southern accents. I don't care about no dude. So I'm gonna start off with the Texas accent that this next young lady has. I love to hear her voice. It's the one and only So Steph. How you doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. See, listen to that voice. No,
just now.
Yeah, I just love that voice.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. And this is your second time on the show. It's been a while since you've been on, but I'm so glad to hear. I always love to hear your thoughts.
Oh, thank you. I have plenty of them. I'm highly opinionated, so let's bring it.
I love it. All right. Now, this young lady I've known for quite a while now. She's from Mississippi. I believe she's staying in Atlanta right at this moment. So she has a very distinctive Mississippi accent. And I just, as she knows, I'm a very fond of this woman. She's really cool people. The one and only Jackie. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. And
That's
this,
good.
I think this is the first time you've been on this show, if I remember.
Yeah. I've done the other shows, but it's my first time here.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, I'm from Mississippi. I currently live in Marietta, Georgia. I am a hairstylist and graphic artist, and I'm also a writer and publisher. And right now, I'm just kind of restructuring my life a little bit. Been through a little tragedy last year. I lost my 3-year-old son, so I've been kind of healing and going on the spiritual journey from that. But I'm not giving up on life, and I'm just using my story to move forward, to grow and evolve and progress. And like the other young lady said, I have a lot of opinions. I'm very opinionated, and sometimes I piss people off more often lately, but you know, I'm good.
Hey, well, we love that. And of course, we all love you. And
I love y'all too.
Here.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So let's introduce the gentleman. I'm gonna start off with this brother. He just recently helped me out by co-hosting with me on Friday when we interviewed a rapper, Big V from Nappy Roots. This guy, he's a life coach. I mean, this guy, he does his own content as well. It's the one and only C Will. How you doing, C Will?
And I'm doing great, Kente. Good to be here.
Yes, man. I'm glad that you're here, and I had a lot of fun on Friday. That was a lot of fun.
That was a great show. Big V was a character, and he, brought a lot to the table. So I'm glad to be on the mic again with you again.
Yeah, man. I always love chopping it up with you, man. A lot of wisdom, and I'm looking forward to what he has on this particular show. All right. So also joining us, this is his second time on the show, and I really enjoyed him the first time. He always has the hot take. Mr. Hot Take himself, Alan Newman Jr. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How everyone's doing tonight?
Great, man. I'm so glad to have you back on, and looking forward to getting some of them hot takes from you.
We'll see what we got. We'll see. Definitely glad to be back on, though.
All right. And last but definitely not least, this brother is an entrepreneur. He's a soon-to-be author, athlete. This guy can do it all. Young brother, but he's really doing this thing. It's the one and only Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing good. Hello, everybody.
Hey, how's it going, Aaron?
Doing great. So, you did. It looks like. Did you take your camera off on purpose?
Oh, probably not. Sorry about that. I probably hit it. Just looking. Can everybody see me now?
Yeah, we can see you, man. We can see you.
All right, here we go.
All right. So glad that you are here and gonna chop it up with us. All right. So let's get into the show tonight. I wanted to do something a little different. There's so much content that's going on the internets and whatnot, and I usually will bombard Shannon with some of this stuff. Yeah, she's my I don't want to say guinea pig, but kind of in a way.
She's your focus group.
My focus group. There we go. My focus group.
Thank you.
So we're gonna have a lot of different things. It's not gonna be all dark or whatever. Some of the topics that we're gonna hit on are we're gonna start off with some technology stuff, and then we're gonna get on to some. Of course, we're gonna end it off with some dating stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play videos, and then we're gonna talk about what the video was about. So the first couple is about technology. So I wanted to start off with a little softball stuff. So you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go. Okay. So I'll say this. The first one we're going to start off with with C Will is going to get the first crack at this one. All right. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Screwing up here. Okay, here we go.
Origin and Virgin Galactic are in a modern space race, similar to when the United States and the Soviet Union competed to get astronauts on the moon. These billionaire-run companies are racing to bring people like you and me to space. But how will they do it? Let's start with Blue Origin, the passion project of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. Blue Origin's focus is on commercial spaceflight, or space tourism. It plans to shoot a booster rocket with an attached passenger capsule to 60 miles above the surface into suborbital space. At the top of the rocket's arch, the capsule will detach, and for about 4 minutes, passengers will experience weightlessness. They'll be allowed to unbuckle their seatbelts and float around the cabin, looking out the window at the curvature of the Earth. The capsule will then start to fall back into the atmosphere, and parachutes will deploy to bring it down slowly. The whole trip only lasts about 11 minutes. A ticket on Blue Origin's New Shepard will likely cost more than $200,000. That's over $18,000 a minute. Blue Origin has tested the New Shepard rocket 9 times, and the company still hopes to send civilians into space in 2018. Virgin Galactic also aims to make commercial space travel accessible, but the vehicle it's using looks quite different. Virgin Galactic's SS Unity looks more like a plane than a rocket. The ship is made up of the White Knight 2, a carrier airplane, and Spaceship 2, a passenger spaceship. Spaceship 2 can carry 6 passengers and 2 crew members. The passenger ship detaches from the carrier plane about 9 miles above the Earth's surface. The ship then fires its rocket engines to blast about 50 miles further until it reaches suborbital space. Similar to Blue Origin, passengers will experience 4 to 5 minutes of weightlessness before the ship re-enters the atmosphere. The total trip should last about 2.5 hours. Virgin Galactic has conducted 3 rocket-powered test flights of the SS Unity, and it hopes to get its first passengers to space by the end of 2018. Founder Richard Branson will be one of the first people to take the trip, and Virgin Galactic has already sold 700 tickets for future flights, costing $250,000 each. Elon Musk's company SpaceX also wants to send people to space. SpaceX's ultimate goal is to establish colonies on other planets. The ship SpaceX intends to send to Mars could hold 100 people, and the ride would be a lot longer than 4 minutes. But SpaceX also plans to send people to space on their way to other earthly destinations. The Big Falcon rocket will briefly enter space to make long-distance travel shorter. Traveling by rocket from New York to Tokyo, for example, would only take 37 minutes, and it would take no more than an hour to get anywhere on Earth. Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, and SpaceX are major players in the modern space race, but there are even more companies out there. It's estimated that space tourism could generate $1.6 billion in revenue in the next decade. So no matter which company crosses this finish line first, there will inevitably be another race. After all, space is infinite.
All right. So, Will,
when this model walked down,
sorry about that. So, Will,
that one.
Want me to sign you up?
Yeah, I'll take a trip to space. You got the bill, right?
I mean, I'm good. I'm hoping you got
20,000. That is steep, especially for 4 minutes. I think that's a little bit steep for 4 minutes. Definitely got to come down. But there's plenty of millionaires and billionaires who do got it. China and America. So, something to do. I like the idea more so of getting to another destination faster. You know what I'm saying? And you get to go to space. So it kind of has a little bit more utility than just bouncing off the walls. I think the best one is who I actually knew about was Elon Musk. And, because his idea is just more than just, 5 minutes of entertainment. He actually wants to go to Mars and build colonies and different things like that. So, but it's exciting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would definitely go. Would you jump up there?
You know what? Let's let it go by like a couple of years or so before I take that plunge.
Yeah, nobody dies, right?
I'm not going to be on the maiden voyage. All right, so all right, I'm gonna ask Stephanie this. What a great first date, right? Going up into outer space.
No. I really don't give a shit about any of this. This is like rich people shit. Like,
so you don't want to go. You don't want to go from Houston to Tokyo in like 37 minutes.
No, I'm good. I feel like, I mean, I can understand why that might be actually practical and useful, but again, like I don't have a need to be in Tokyo that quickly. So. And then, like you said, they need to get the kinks out first. So I'm okay. I'm gonna let the Richard Bransons of the world, people that can buy their own private islands. Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. He is crazy anyway. So this is right up his alley. He ain't got much sense. And this really don't rise to the level of my level of problems. So I'm not. This is not on my radar. And if somebody wanted me to take me on a first date, that's a hard no, because my son only has one parent, and yeah, I'm not dying.
You're not gonna die.
Nope.
I'm
all right.
What about you, Q? Which one are you doing?
Okay, well, the first thing that comes to mind is like, I realize you asked me a question. I realize. This is just going to be one of those full circle things. I'll get there when I get there. So the thing that freaks me out about this is all these rich people want to go to space and build colonies because they know the Earth is like going to end, right? Or like, am I paranoid?
That's what I'm thinking is
very real thing. And that's why it scares the crap out of me, because I'm like, my guy, I'm poor right now, like poor. I can't afford $250,000 to get to a space colony. Like my guy, this is so scary. Like, are we abandoning ship? Is this the practice for abandoning ship? But the one I have to take, I'd have to go to the space colony, because 4 minutes to come back to abandoned ship.
That's the first thing I thought is, okay, they're trying to get off of here. They know some shit we don't know. Right. So I'm thinking like, oh man, maybe I need to try to get my colony popping somewhere on the moon or something like that.
Right?
I don't know. Like when I first started, go ahead.
I was going to say that's actually how I know about the Elon Musk program. He has a fictional series that was meant to gain support for this, and it's called Mars. And they're trying to get to Mars because the Earth is going to declining, is dying, and so that's his selling point to get people to fund this project is because we were overpopulated and all the other Earth problems, and so yeah, I think they definitely are thinking that way.
Oh my God, that's even scarier.
Yeah. What about you, Jackie? I mean, so they're gonna fuck up Earth and then go fuck up Mars
and leave us here.
The thing you gotta remember is that Mars is already fucked up. I mean, it's not inhabitable. Right. I think he said in one of his speeches, he said Mars only has 37% of the gravity that Earth has, and how cool it would be to be able to lift heavy stuff. But I'm like, if it doesn't have the gravity that it does here, what kind of effect would that have on our bodies, like our organs, our circulatory system and stuff? I mean, instead of spending money trying to go somewhere else and possibly terraform another planet, I mean, wouldn't that same investment be made here to fix the one we already live on? I mean, I don't give a shit about it really, but I mean, fix where you at first, and then worry about taking your ass somewhere else.
That's right.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
That's too logical.
Yeah, that's too much like right. Aaron, I know you already got your ticket, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll go. I don't know what y'all talking about. You're talking about going to space. I don't know what little boy ain't want to be an astronaut before they found out like you gotta be like extremely smart. I'll buy that damn ticket. I'll go to space. I'm dead ass. I'll go to space. I wouldn't go on Elon Musk because Elon Musk, like he televised 2 failures. Richard Branson, he been doing this for a couple years with his friends. So Like he was the first one to achieve weightlessness. Like what was it called?
Suborbitable. Yeah.
So I'll go with Elon Musk because he seemed to be doing something. Not Elon Musk, Richard Branson. He seemed to be doing something right. I'll do it. 250,000. I don't know about that. Like you get it down to like 10,000. I feel better about spending 10,000 to go to space rather than 250,000. That's a little overboard. Like that's out of budget right there. I can't understand that. Especially the first go around. Nah. Like if I'm dying on a budget.
All right, what about you, Alan? You going to outer space? I know you down, Alan.
Absolutely not. And I'm very adventurous. But one thing I don't really care to do is put my life in people's hands when something's not 100% complete. And we know that we as humans build a lot of stuff that don't work out the first couple of times. So me personally, I mean, it's an awesome concept. But like we got stuff here that we got to fix. We can't even freaking have a car or a house work properly. We tell we want to send people to space for that amount of money. And then if they die, what? You got a life insurance policy if you die on there while you're going up there? How long is it going to take you to figure out if it's going to work? I mean, the Daredevil
we don't got shit to fix. They gotta fix it. We ain't fucked this earth up. They did.
True, but if they gotta fix that ship, if I'm dead, I'm dead. You ain't fixing me, I'm dead. You fixed it for the next person.
But wouldn't you rather go in space?
No. If you can give me a surefire way that I can go up there for less than 200,000 and not worry about dying, then we can talk. If you can't guarantee that I won't die and there won't be no mix-ups,
that's like saying all right, if you buy a sports car, are you worried about dying in a sports car? It costs the same shit. Like you might as well.
But I'm not gonna buy a sports car either, so I'm not gonna speed in one. I mean, I'm just saying, for me, for the daredevils out there, they can do that. Just to me, that's not something that, for me, that's not a wise investment for me to do. For those who feel like that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, be my guest. That's just not something I'm gonna do. I can find some other things I can do with that kind of money if I have it. Just
Mm-hmm. 200,000. That for me, it's a one time only. That's the best 4 minutes of my life. Like 200,000, exactly. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't care how much you can lower the price. That 200,000 is the only time I'm ever going to space.
Nah, I hear you, Aaron. I hear you.
Yeah, I need more than 4 minutes for what I'm going to do in space if I'm that, for that kind of money.
That's the thing get me is like you do all of that for 4 minutes. I mean, like,
4 minutes.
Nah, I don't know, man. Shannon, it seems like the guys are more willing to do it than the ladies.
I mean, see y'all later. Bye.
You're not going.
Do you know how many taco trucks I could get with that money?
Well, okay, but I feel like we're all looking at it from the wrong angle. If you had $1 trillion, like if you did not have the situation you're in right now, if you had literally all the money you could fucking fathom, would you splooge 250,000 to go up into space?
Hell no for me.
I don't think it's a price. Like I think that's too expensive for anything. Like it's a fucking 4 minute ride, like 250,000. So no, I don't think it's the price. I think it's like a personal opinion. Do people really want to go to space that bad?
No, I don't.
Nope.
Wait, hold on.
That's investment money. That's like
roller coasters last for. People love roller coasters, and them shits last for what, 30, 45 seconds?
Yeah, but it's not
leave the Earth.
I'm not trying to get on a roller coaster.
What is the price then?
Yeah.
$250,000. That's investment money.
So here's a question: if it was only $100, would you go?
Nope.
No.
Because then I'll be worried about the quality. What kind of bullshit? What kind of bullshit is this? $100 to go in space? Like,
You know, I got some people I was
like,
I know what quality. That's Spirit.
I got people I
That's
was
Spirit.
sending
Space Airlines.
You send them to space.
You said it,
Bye.
Spirit.
the Spirit Airlines of space travel.
For real, for $100. That pilot gonna be like, I hope everybody buckled the fuck up.
You know what? No, you know what? Eventually, when this is like a reality, there's going to be a Spirit Airline version. You know, where, as my nephew says, where they have them folding chairs. So, oh man,
Right.
like,
that aircraft gonna smell like cocoa butter and a doobie shop.
There's certain things you don't want to skimp on. You know, you want to actually pay some money because you know, I don't think space travel is it. So I don't want the value deal. Space travel.
Word, I don't want to go to space with
travel and
Pookie
car wash
and
all in
Nene.
one
I don't want to do that.
When I know this, when Steph is down with it, then I know it's safe to go. You know, everything is all
in my hands, because I might lead you down the wrong path. I'm prone to make mistakes.
all right.
Nope.
Okay, so this next one, we're gonna start this one. Q gets the first crack at this one. This is one more technology piece.
Have fun, Q.
Hilarious.
New technology
I'm already a fan.
else to live your life for you. The chameleon mask, developed by Japanese researcher Shun Rikimoto, works by strapping a screen to the face of a human surrogate. The surrogate then walks around under instruction of the user. The user can sit at home and watch what is going on through a laptop, which is connected to a camera on the screen the surrogate is wearing. The screen's camera gives the user a first-person view of where the surrogate is going, and the user can communicate with people through the surrogate. The surrogate could even dress like the user to make it look more realistic. The technology could be used for meetings, parties, and other social events, allowing the user to attend events remotely and literally be two places at once. It was showcased at the MTech Asia Conference in Singapore on January 30th and 31st. United News International, I'm Rachel Latham.
Bye, Rachel.
All right.
Oh my God. First of all, how creepy is this shit? This is so fucking creepy. You're like walking around Hannibal style with this piece of technological face. It's creepy. I love it. Love it.
You love it?
Oh my God. I absolutely love it. I love it. But the fucked up part, they're just like, oh, you could be at two places at once. But that doesn't mean anything if you only be on one thing. So you can't be two places. Like you could be 100 places at once. Get a bunch of fucking mirrors and webcams. But if your attention can only be at one place, it doesn't matter how many places you are. Yeah. You know? Like,
Preach, Q.
I fucking love it. I love it. It is so creepy. Oh my God. I wonder, could you send that person to your job and like stay home and still not get an absence write-up?
Yeah, theoretically, yes, you can with that. But I don't know if your employer would be okay with that. But I mean, it is your face there, and you're controlling it. So I don't know. This would be great for guys. So all those things that women want us to do that we don't want to, we can just send our Uber face. And you know, we don't have to go see the rom-com anymore. It's like we don't have to go meet with mother-in-law and the fam. We can just send our Uber body there, and you know, and do it. I mean, it sounds like a win-win, Alan. What you think?
So we're gonna have a technical version of Leatherface, basically. That's basically what we're doing. I mean, it's an interesting concept. I mean, it ain't gonna work for me. I mean, I know Q loves it. For me, that's just a little too much. Because you basically saying that I can see everything that my surrogate is doing. So basically, if they go into the bathroom or the other stuff, I'm seeing all of that. Yeah, that's a little too much for me. I mean, the only good thing I can think about is if you are allowed to have someone go to your job. And you don't have to.
What? Oh,
or like go to school for you, or if you're like medically have a reason, maybe.
can you still get into heaven if you send that to church every Sunday?
What?
Like, I went to church.
And why? That's funny.
I mean, actually, that's a valid question, but you have a lot of people who live stream their church services and don't go to church at all. So, I mean,
Right.
you there technically.
I mean, not if you're like at home murdering someone. That's probably a no-go.
You would go from like one extreme to the other. See, this is why that can't work. We got people talking about, yeah, I can murder people while I got my little.
They're like, no, I was in church. Y'all saw me.
No, thank you.
Oh, and then like you could do dates like that, you know, first dates, you know, like
what if you get lucky?
First date.
Yeah, you can have like you can do some serious speed dating with that.
That's an amusement park ride. Like that's something you do at like Island of Adventure. like that's weird. But I know what I would. As soon as I saw it, I knew what I'd do. All of my Uber riders, they gotta be white people, and I'm taking them to the trap. I'm taking them right to the trap. They gotta be white, and I'm taking them to the trap. It's like I'm taking them to I'm like, look, yo, you ready? We about to go to Chicago. We about to stand on this block, and you gonna see what it's like to trap. Like you gonna understand what we go through, dog. Straight to the trap. But that is creepy as hell, though. But it do take catfish to a whole nother level.
Oh,
it do. It take catfish to a whole nother level. Like if you go on a date and you just show up with a fucking iPad on somebody's face. Wait, matter of fact, if someone show up to a date with that, is that still catfish? Because
I need to see your whole body. All I see is your head.
What if two people catfish each other like that? What if like the dude and the girl catfish each other like that?
Or you know
is that catfish? Like I don't know.
What if you got issue with somebody that you can't really beat up? So what you do, a big buff dude, wear your mask, and then there you go. You can handle that business.
You got to pay a premium for that though. That's like a subsection. Big black dude, like that's a subsection.
But question, okay, if you do that and you get arrested, who's actually going to get arrested? The person who did the act, or you for
whoever swung first, that's who's going to get arrested. Because
I'm saying, look, he could do my time too. Oh, that'd be a great way to do prison.
Yeah, I need you to go to court for me real quick. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't say that because dudes in jail gonna be like, yo, it's your turn to take this up there.
Take the D.
If you're single and they say, you know, dating is like success in numbers, like this is perfect because, like, just think about the amount of effort that it takes to go on as many dates to find like a decent human being. So it's like you can just like chill in your pajamas and go on a million dates. Like just go on.
That's catfish though. That's catfishing.
That's not catfishing. That's more like a representative. And y'all think we got representatives anyway. So
this is true.
That way you can just get the essence of the person. So if you like the essence, then I can show up for real. You know?
No, because what if they stink or something, like, or they got in real life they got bad breath. Like you want to know that in the first date.
So offer him a breath mint and move on.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so I see people saying this is a good idea. Dudes can't even get girls to FaceTime on social media. That's all.
That's because y'all be calling all willy-nilly. You gotta make
y'all let us know first.
Make an appointment.
Gotta make an appointment. Don't just be calling me with the FaceTime randomly. Like that's a decline automatically.
I didn't know dudes randomly
Right.
call that.
Exactly.
I really thought you was like, "Yo, can I talk to you? You mind if I hit you up?" But I've heard girls say that guys ask them, they're like, "No, you can't hit me up."
Hey, what's up?
Too hard. Don't worry about it, Alan. Just hang it up.
You know what though? Also though, there is say a dude or a chick loses their legs and they can't dance anymore or do certain things, then they can have their Uber person or whatever they want to call it. They can do it. So, but they'll be there.
I saw something like that. A guy that couldn't. He was in a wheelchair. He had just gotten married, and his 2 groomsmen stood next to him and put his arms around.
Yeah.
So you don't really need a face of another person to do that for you. Just need good friends.
There you go. That's all you need.
Like if you got something on your face, how you gonna walk?
What?
Shit, you gonna break your screen and everything. Like you gonna fall down the stairs. I don't know.
They already get mad about people looking at their cell phones and walking and like going into traffic and shit. Could you imagine walking with like?
You gonna have a helmet.
All right. Before we transition to the next one, I want to recognize Jada and Mike in the chat room as well.
Jada and Mike, what's up?
Olaf and Dre is in the chat room. What up, Dre?
What's up, Dre?
Hi, Dre. Olaf.
Yes, and Drips Like Honey is in Periscope as well. So,
Drips Like Honey.
What a great name! Great name. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to. Steph gets the first crack at it. We're changing the tone, so you'll see. This one is pretty dark. Here we go.
Good job, Steph.
Staged murder. It was a case that grabbed national attention. A Harford County engineer stabbed to death as she tried to give money to a panhandler. But tonight, Baltimore City police are saying that story was all made up by the husband and his daughter, who you see right here in these just released mugshots. Police say the pair was trying to cover their own tracks.
After news that Jacqueline Smith, an electrical engineer, was murdered as she tried to help a panhandler, it was her husband, Keith Smith, who gave a tearful plea on camera.
The last thing I thought that they were going to take my wife's life. And so now I got to live with that. Got to live with that every day.
But after 3 months of investigating, Baltimore City police say it's the husband and his daughter, Valeria Smith, right here by his side in this interview, who had been responsible all along. Police arrested them Sunday in Texas at the U.S.-Mexico border.
We pursued the evidence from the very beginning, and these detectives were very tenacious. They were very thorough and dedicated, and they followed the evidence.
Back in December, Keith Smith told police he and his wife were driving home late one night, but when the 54-year-old rolled the window down at an East Baltimore intersection to give money to a panhandler, someone stabbed her in the chest. At the time, her friends told WJZ they did not believe the story.
It just don't sound right to me. It just don't sound right. It really doesn't.
Now the husband and his daughter have been charged with Smith's murder. Mayor Catherine Pugh called it a cruel act.
And to Jacqueline Smith's family, we are sincerely in pain for that family, and also for the citizens of Baltimore, because these individuals took advantage of a situation, a city that is already dealing with its own problems.
Yeah. No word tonight on exactly when the suspects will be extradited to Baltimore.
All right, so Jesse Smollett ain't the only person staging crimes. So this was a messed up story. So it ended up in your state, Texas. What'd you think about this story? It's really unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. I watch a lot of true crime on TV, so it's not surprising to me. But I had a couple of takeaways. First of all, these people are from Baltimore, and Baltimore tends to have some little bit of ratchetness. Second of all, they were saying they were trying to cover the tracks. The only tracks that needed to be covered was that shit on their daughter's head. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on with their head. Like, I don't in the mug shot, in the press conference, all that shit on her head was fucked up. And then that was his daughter. Was that her?
That wasn't her daughter. That was his daughter.
Okay. So I think it just leaves a lot of questions, because when you hear something like that, you always go to like, what's the motive? Is it financial? Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably had a good pension or good retirement plan that he could probably get, you know, but she probably had life insurance and things like that. So,
but I thought you couldn't get life insurance in any of that if it's murder.
Well,
no,
he was hoping
not.
that he wasn't going to get cut.
They were saying that you can, but not if you committed it and you're the beneficiary. If somebody else kills the person, you can benefit from it.
Yeah.
But if you're deemed to be the murderer, no, you can't be the beneficiary at the same time.
Well, no. Oh, I thought as long as there was any murder at all in any foul play, then you couldn't collect.
No, you can collect. Absolutely.
On a murder. Yeah. And he
here's
did
my concern with that story, though, Kente.
Huh?
I said, here's my issue with that story. It'd be no different than your Jussie Smollett incident. Oprah took it to, I think she was on Twitter, talking about how she's gonna think twice about giving to panhandlers. And so it was this whole big old news about how the people who panhandle, they saw a decrease in people willing to give, and people were terrified, and yada yada yada, all because of this big post that she made, and it retweeted, you know, a couple of thousand times. And the mayor had got on and talked about it. And they were like, have you got an apology for Oprah? And it's like, nope, not gonna get one either.
Now, what do you say, Jack?
But it wasn't a panhandler. It was her husband dressed up.
Right.
That was the whole story. I heard panhandlers.
Before
that was the story. That was the story
they found out. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
See,
it was a big deal. It was a huge deal. That's why they were talking about they played on the streets, because everybody believed they were looking for the panhandler and everything. It was a huge, big deal.
Yeah. I'm from Baltimore, so that was panhandlers is an issue there. And so when I went there, like they a lot of young boys, you know, were you know, cleaning windows and different things like that and trying to get money, but the police were cracking down on them, you know, because of this. I didn't know what the issue was, but now I see that's the reason why.
You know, and he did something that I cannot stand, is when somebody, you know, they go up there with crocodile tears and say, you know, and then you know, like they're really trying to say, you know, some deep stuff, and this person was lying, you know. And if you heard him, like, I seen a longer of that press conference where this guy is like, you know, oh man, it's someone took my babe, you know, and this fool was lying.
Well,
you know?
he was a deceptive person. I mean, he was a murderer, and 9 times out of 10, a murderer is going to be a liar. I mean, anybody who can dress up as a homeless person and murder their wife, they can do anything else. They're capable of anything. So, you know, it's not surprising.
No, it's not surprising at all. No, but it's real.
I mean, it's sick. It's messed up.
I think the thing is, like, I think what Kente is saying, like, how do you like, what sort of mentality do you have to do that? So, like, are you a sociopath? Like, people believe
he was just trying to get away with murder.
Some people get their own lives. And so for them to get on TV and repeat that, it's not a problem for them, because they really conditioned themselves that it's actually true.
They sat and thought about it. They thought how they was going to do it. They thought how they was going to get away with it. And you are definitely, something is not right with you. When you sit there, someone that you claim to love, and someone that you exchange vows to love and the whole sickness and health, to cherish them, and then for you to sit there and talk to your child and even get your child to be like,
it seemed like it's a weird vibe between him and his daughter. Like,
I thought
it's like an incestuous type relationship. It seemed like it could be an incestuous type relationship.
Oh yeah, no, I'm right there with you, Jackie. No, I
felt that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was going to play off that, but I don't remember.
No, that's like, and how close was the daughter to the lady? Because that's like murdering your mom. Like, even though that's her stepmom, but still, it's like, I call my stepmom mother. That's my mother. So like, that's like murdering your mother. That's one of the worst things.
a possibility because I've seen where the mother and her and him aren't getting along at all. Like they ain't been getting along for months probably. And she been threatening to leave and take all his money. And so they still living in the same household, and they, him and his daughter were like, we ain't gonna have that. So, what I'm saying? I think getting in the news and all that, they didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? But, I've seen households like that where, they had been broken up, and that was just their way out.
I don't know. He seemed like a puppet master to me. You got
that smile in the mugshot. He had a smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, he seemed like a puppet master.
Like, who does that shit? Like, right?
Yeah, that dude was piece of shit. Yeah.
How old was the girl?
The daughter, what does she look like? She looked like what, early 20s?
Like early 30s, late 20s.
Early 30s?
Look old.
Maybe look at her again. But she was
she was a grown.
Yeah, she's oh yeah, the mugshot, yeah. Oh yeah, no, she's up there. Hold on a second, let me find their mugshot. Yeah.
Sad situation.
That's a crackhead.
Oh,
you
yeah,
see it
yeah.
all the time. They do something, then they turn around and say, "Who did it?"
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's that smile that's just so unsettling and creepy that it's like, no, do you know why they're taking a picture? Like, it's not a driver's license.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You're a narcissist.
And the daughter is definitely.
The daughter was 28.
Oh, it's 28.
Oh, she looked. Oh.
Yeah, I know. She had a hard life. Yeah.
She looked rough. She got beat with the ugly stick bad. That was a horrible picture for that girl.
She got beat with that pipe, that crack pipe. Tell her.
Yeah. It's real though. It's real. All right. So this next story, we're gonna file this under people that need their ass whooped part 2. Aaron gets first crack at this one.
Thank you, Aaron.
So here we go. This one. All right.
Now to a bizarre story out of Northern California. Police in Davis, that's near Sacramento, are investigating reports that 2 students brought cookies to their high school that contained their grandfather's cremated remains, and they reportedly gave those cookies out to other students. They say 9 classmates actually ate the cookies. There were no cases of illness. The school is now handling the incident. It issued a statement that says, in part, quote, "Those involved are remorseful, and it's now a personal family matter."
Two weeks ago, I was just about to go into my 6th period class, environmental science, and a girl who's also in the class stopped me and asked me if I wanted a cookie. And I knew her, so I figured it's a cookie, why not? And I took a bite of it, and she told me there's a special ingredient in the cookie. And I had assumed that I was kind of worried. I thought that she had put drugs in it or something. So I asked her if I was like, is this a weed cookie or something? And she said no. She said it was her grandpa's ashes. And then she kind of laughed, and I was kind of horrified. But class was just about to start, and I wasn't exactly sure what to do. So I held the cookie in my hand, and I walked into the class. And right when we got there, we were supposed to have about 40 minutes of work time just at the beginning of class, and we weren't supposed to like move or get out of our seats or anything. So I just kind of had the cookie there in front of me while I was working. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do.
What did it taste like? Different?
The taste itself wasn't really any different, but like if you ever ate sand as a kid, you can kind of feel it crunching in between your teeth. So there was a little tiny bit of that, but the percentage of it that was ashes was very, very small. So overall, it was like a regular sugar cookie.
She said that too, that the percentage of it was small.
No, but I could look in the middle of it and see, there were just a few little tiny gray flecks.
You said you were horrified by it.
as you're eating it and she tells you this, I mean, what did you say to her?
I think I asked her if she was serious. I asked her if she was serious, and she said yes. I believed her. She had mentioned her grandpa's ashes before.
All right, Aaron. Wow. That's why I don't just take food from everybody. That's exactly what.
It's funny. It's funny because we didn't eat that shit. Let me have ate that shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to jail that day. Let me have ate that shit. I'm fine. I'm serious. I'm kicking her in the throat. And she then gave me her grandfather to eat. I want to know what did that school do to this little girl that she got to get him back by doing that, because it's not enough bullying in the world that make you skip a few steps and just turn everybody into a cannibal. Like yo, I commend these two girls for not shooting up the school, but they just had everybody eat their grandfather's ashes. Yo, she hate that boy, like she that's disgusting. But kudos to them two little girls, like they went out with a bang and a crunch.
I didn't eat sand when I was a kid, so I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe you guys did. I don't know. So I don't even know what he's talking about when he's talking about, when you used to eat sand as a kid. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
That's white people shit. I ain't had no grass. I ain't had no grass growing up. You talking about eating sand? I ain't see sand until I was an adult. So you got no fucking grass. Like eating sand. That's white people shit.
So Shannon, grandfather cookies.
And I love cookies. Hell to the no. I'm not eating another cookie from nobody ever again. No Girl Scout cookies, no nothing. No. You ruined it for me. I'm done.
Wild. That's wild.
I can only imagine Stephanie as a mom, the kind of hell you would raise if you found out that somebody did that at your kid's school.
Somebody gonna die. They gonna
die tonight. Someone gonna die tonight.
Because I mean, first of all, that okay, I used to work at a death care company. So when you cremate somebody, yeah, you get some ashes back, but you really don't know like whose ashes those are first and foremost, because they just keep throwing the bodies in there and then they burn them to a certain point and they scoop them in the urn. That's the way it works. So you don't know if you got your people's ashes or it's mixed with some other people's ashes or not. That's just like it's just like to me that rises to the level of people that know they infected with AIDS and then you go out and you knowingly fuck people with no condom. Like you,
right?
This is a hell of a
That could be some Ebola ashes that could be mixed in there with grandpa.
Yeah, like they need to call the CDC and do some
That was her grandfather's dying witch.
Grandpa, I'm sorry, we're not gonna make that happen.
Yeah,
Feed him to the church.
Like that, she need counseling.
Hella. And the audacity for her to just chip in and just be like, hey, you're eating right after the first fucking bite. Like to immediately get that fucking reaction. Like it's a level to the fucking atrocity of I'm gonna do this absolutely deplorable thing, and then as soon as you commit to it, I'm gonna let you know I fooled you in the worst way. Like of all the stuff I have put in my mouth.
I didn't even say so shameless plug. Go on, cute.
Jackie, what do you think about this?
Well, one of the things I noticed, the school said that it was a personal family matter. No, we're about to call the police and take somebody's ass to jail, and we finna sue the school and everybody else matter.
It's a
Yeah, there's definitely white because they ain't gonna do nothing about it. We're gonna let the family deal with it. And like, what? Really?
Did y'all see that video? It's kind of like the same thing where they put like a whole bunch of laxative in the school lunch, like horse laxative.
Oh, I saw that video. Oh, that video was crazy.
No, it's the same thing. Oh my god, that was horrible.
But see, it's stuff like that why I don't touch potlucks.
I don't eat it
like that.
I do not eat.
I don't hit women. But had a little girl did that to me, like Aaron said, you about to get 2 to the dome and 1 in the throat. Like it's a wrap. Like there's just, I don't even understand how you sat there and you cooked this the entire time you cooking it. Oh man, they just gonna love this. I got this special little ingredients there. They just gonna love this. I can already see it right now. Like how the heck you throw it in the oven? You know, as a kid, you wait for the cookies to get made in the oven. You all excited? Like she's like, yeah, we eating grandpa today. Yup.
Word, I wonder if she licked the bowl.
How the heck did you sit there the entire time excited and they're gonna give it to this dude and be like, yo. What you think?
I don't understand how he sat there for 45 minutes while he's supposed to be working with the
I don't
cookie,
either.
and then he say nothing. Like,
I don't understand because he's like,
he was probably paralyzed by fear.
Shock.
Like this psycho just made me eat his grandma. I better not say shit. She gonna come in here and fucking cut my dick off. Like I don't know what this crazy bitch is gonna do. He was just like, I'm white and this is too much for me. Like,
yeah, he was shocked.
You know why?
Say
too much anyway. He was in shock.
Yeah. You can tell by the way he was talking. Like I held the cookie and I went in the class and I sat there for 45 minutes and like yo.
Oh man, I'm scared. What other things she put in cookies?
Facts, like yo.
See, I mean, how do you go from like a regular cookies to grandpa cookies? She might have done some other stuff in between that we just don't know about.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
She's gonna be one of those chicks that cooks with period blood.
Oh.
Like y'all know it out there. Like I'm the only one on the dark web.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
That's
You're the
old.
only
That's
one on the
old
dark
school.
web.
Yeah.
They put it in the ragu.
Spaghetti sauce. Yep.
And isn't that supposed to like get your man to want you or some crazy?
That's voodoo. That's like when you, I think, well, what the older people tell me where I'm from, when you put your period blood like in spaghetti or soup, he can't have an erection for any other woman but you.
It makes you.
That's the fix. I heard about that. That's called the fix. Like I knew this old guy in church. A full moon, I lie to you not. His ass used to bark like he used to bark at the moon. I know it sounds crazy, but he used to bark at the moon. I swear, if I'm lying, I'm flying. My feet still on the ground. He used to bark at the moon.
He's probably hitting it from the back.
Yo, and she went to the same church, and she said, because he a fucking dog. This old lady, I swear to God.
She put something on him.
Yeah, the fix. That was the fix.
Wow.
Yep.
She said, "I got something for you."
Mike in the chat room said, "What did I come back to?" hilarious. Oh man! All right, so this next one, this one's kind of spooky. So Alan, we'll get this one first. So here we go. This is spooky. All right.
Oh. This pool is freaking everyone out. She's called Momo. She's got bug eyes, long stringy hair, a monstrous grimace, and spooky chicken legs. Imagine this freaky character suddenly popping up in cartoons on YouTube channels for kids.
It's horrifying.
Bianca Becerra says Momo left her 3-year-old daughter traumatized.
That thing telling her to throw herself in the garbage and to throw herself from a slide to hurt her head. That's just terrifying.
Even Kim Kardashian, a mom of 3 little ones, is posting a warning on Instagram. Parents, please be aware and very cautious of what your child watches on YouTube. There is a thing called Momo that's instructing kids to kill themselves. Please pay attention. This is not a joke.
New warnings from police and schools about the so-called Momo challenge.
So who and what is Momo? Cybersecurity expert Perry Aftab.
It's the boogeyman under the bed, the monster in the closet.
The monstrous image of Momo is based on a sculpture created by a Japanese artist. He called his artwork Mother Bird. Our expert says the so-called Momo challenge started off as an urban legend that unfortunately is now becoming all too real.
Teach your kids to talk to you, come to you when things go wrong, and not believe everything they see on the internet.
Some say the whole Momo challenge is just a hoax, a theory being fueled by YouTube's statement that they have, quote, seen no recent evidence of videos promoting the Momo challenge, but they add that they will take down any videos that violate their policy of encouraging harmful challenges.
All right, Alan.
All right.
So what do you got?
First of all, I'm pretty sure Kardashian's kids, that should be the last thing she's worried about them seeing on the internet. I just want to get that out the way. She's the last one should be worried about that. I just want to get that out the way. I mean, I've heard, because I said something on my social media, on my Facebook about it. I mean, I've heard about people talking about the challenge. I mean, we know kids are very impressionable. And I know because there's some people saying, well, I don't really think it's going to affect anybody. And then you have the other side saying, oh, it is going to affect some people. Everyone mentally is different. Think back to, if you can think back when you're 2, you're 3, you're 4, you're sitting there, you're watching something and boom, something comes out that you're not expecting. So yeah, it's going to catch people off guard. It definitely makes you, if you're a parent, definitely pay attention to what your kids are watching, what your kids are indulging in. Because sometimes when we look at the way we are with technology, it's real simple to just, hey, Junior's sitting there pulling on your shirt. Here, take my phone, watch a movie on YouTube and be done with it. And next thing you know, something crazy happens. A think about the whole Slenderman incident that happened, I think, a couple of years ago with those girls. So as much as people want to say it's a hoax, I don't know if it's a hoax. I mean, I haven't seen proof of it. But sometimes you may think something's a hoax till it really happens and it's in your front door. So me personally, that's something you do have to be very cautious of and very monitor it with your kids. And I mean, if anything, the good thing out of it, it done made all these parents decide to finally pay attention to their kids the past couple of weeks. We'll see how long that lasts. It's definitely something unsettling. I mean, I don't have kids, but I can imagine if I'm a parent, that would be something that I'll definitely be worried about when dealing with my kids, because you don't want something to leave an lasting impression on your children, especially when it comes to implementing fear into somebody's life. Because when you implement fear in somebody's life, once that got a hold on you, it's really hard and it's really not something easy for you to shake off. So
one thing I've noticed is in the last couple of years, there's all these YouTube challenges that people partake in, and some are harmless, some are stupid. Well, most of them are stupid, and then some of them are downright, retarded. Like I remember a couple of years ago, they had this challenge where you light yourself on fire, and people were actually, people were literally doing it. I seen a video where this guy put kerosene on him, and then he lit himself on fire, and then he looked surprised that it was not going, I don't even know how to put it. Like, wait, I'm burning up here. Yeah. That was like that was a thing where in fire departments had to come and say, look,
I remember that.
You can't light yourself on fire. You'll die.
Right. It's not a video game.
It's true. And I mean, it's definitely not one of the brightest instances of my life, but y'all remember the cinnamon challenge?
Yes.
My dumb butt did the cinnamon challenge. And definitely, it was a couple of us did that at work. I was working overnight at a hotel. A friend was like, yo, I'll give you $20 to do a cinnamon challenge. I'm like, whatever, bet. Yeah. I think it took me like a week to recover from that. Like, those challenges are no joke. And when you think about it, the cinnamon challenge is virtually harmless. So if you think of someone's willing to do that or willing to light themselves on fire, it's not hard to believe that this Momo challenge, a child would probably attempt to do it. As much as people want to say, no, they know better, whatever. I was in my 20s and I did the freaking cinnamon challenge and I knew better.
Right.
Well, that's no one paying attention to you.
It's not true. It's a hoax. It's not true. Like,
but what does that even mean that it's a hoax? And like, I don't understand what it means.
If you watch the video, there were a couple of key points. Now, I used to work in cybersecurity and I work in tech, so there's a couple of things. If there is a Momo challenge and this image is being spliced into these videos, who is the owner of that content? Okay.
Right.
So did they interview anybody from YouTube to say, yes, we have found the suspicious content? Actually, other journalists have interviewed people at YouTube and said, we have scoured our databases and we cannot find this content. It's a viral hoax and it's been perpetuated based on the fear that the boogeyman is out there to get your kids. There are real boogeymen on the internet. Believe me. But this is and if you do a little bit more research, it's coming from Reddit. So it's just like how things get blown out of proportion. But YouTube, there was no one from YouTube to say, yes, we found the content and we pulled it. Is there anybody that has seen an actual video where it's been shown on TV, on NBC, on a major network, hell, even Fox News, which is less than credible, to say, oh, we found this video? No, they did the research. It's not true. It's just something that's been hyped up. And like,
so it doesn't even exist essentially on YouTube.
Well,
it doesn't exist.
Do you think they could have took the content down and just trying to sweep it under the rug?
No, because everything lives on the internet. We can delete this video, but best believe me, YouTube has a copy of it in their archives.
Right.
To me,
what, Jacqueline, go ahead.
To me, I mean, if you want to talk about kids committing suicide, I fear toxic parenting more than I fear Momo. I mean, if that's the case. Because that would contribute to more suicide among children than a Momo.
I got a serious take on this too, because an old employee of mine, he had an 8-year-old daughter, and this is last year. He was at work, and the FBI came in looking for him, and it comes out his daughter was getting naked on YouTube, and him not knowing. And she posted videos. She had like 9 videos of her twerking, and it's a 9-year-old girl. She twerking ass naked on YouTube. So for me, it's like, damn, what is my child really doing? Because my daughter likes to watch Ryan's toy review, and I just let her watch it by herself because besides that and gymnastic videos, that's all she really watched. So it's like, damn, even though it's a hoax, like I'm not paying attention. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not paying attention what she do when she grabbed my iPad. I'm thinking she just watching gymnastic videos and Ryan's toy review. So for me, this is scary because I'm one of them parents that really don't pay attention to what she watches on YouTube. And if this shit pop up and she asks me, Daddy, this video telling me to kill myself, what does that mean? I'll lose my fucking mind. Like my 4-year-old knows about killing herself. You know what I'm saying? So this is scary to me.
It's interesting, Steph. You work in internet security and whatnot. There are different safeguards, right? You can put on your devices so that your kids will be somewhat protected from certain content, right?
You on mute?
Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Talking too. No, I was saying, yeah, you're right. You can get special browsers for your kids. There's trackers where you can track everything they're looking at. You can put certain keywords that could be blocked. You can, turn it off at a certain time. There's a lot of tools that you can use to track and monitor the things that your kids are looking at, but nothing replaces good parenting. Okay. So, I just cringe when I see people that have kids that are so device dependent. They can't even ride in the car. They can't go to the grocery store. They can't do anything without a phone or iPad in their hand. So I think that part, being actually parenting your kids and watching what they do is first. And then there are things that you can do to try to monitor, not to say that they won't attempt because they're still kids, but at least you can get the alerts. And if they do see some content that, that you think is questionable, at least you're alerted and you can talk to them about it. because it records, you know, what they're looking at, their even their search history. You can record all that information. So yeah.
Could you like do you know the name of some of the stuff you just said?
Get you some. My son has a like a family account on my iPad, so I can I get all that through Google. I have like a family setup, so I can monitor everything. He can't like download any apps without my permission. I see everything that he's playing on, you know, and then as far as YouTube, I have him restricted to YouTube Kids only. So just on his, so there are a lot of tools. So if you put YouTube Kids only on her device, and then go in there and change the settings, make sure that, okay, if they have a parental setting, go in there and set the password. Don't use all zeros. You know, it's just simple things that you can do, you know, to try to change that. Now, when they get older, they're going to try to go around all that. So that's when you need to kind of research like what browsers you can put, because they're going to want a phone, like what browser they can use, you know, that's safeguarded or just different things like that. As far as if you want some, I'll find a list of all the good ones. Because I set my son's phone up a while ago. I mean, his iPad up a while ago. And I used the Google Family account to manage his access.
Yeah, that's those who you know, have children and you know, or even like me, I don't have kids, but I have, you know, nephews and stuff like that who, you know, I don't think about that stuff, and then they come through and, you know, then I gotta be like, wait a minute, I don't want them, you know, I don't want them to come to uncle's house and see some stuff they ain't supposed to see. So, you know, I try to keep, you know, be very vigilant about those kind of things. So yeah, so okay, so this next part of the show, before, you know, we get out, we're going to talk in our relationship stuff. And it's so cool that there's people that exist online that can help us understand the opposite sex. And these next two guys are, you know, they're doing their part to increase the male-female relationships and make them much better. And this first gentleman, he has some very wise advice. And Shannon, I saved this for you. You first. This gentleman has some wise advice for men who are trying to embark in relationships. And I think this is very wise, sage advice. And I just want to get your thought on what this guy is saying. And of course, we'll let everybody have a chance to give their opinion. Now, I got to warn you, it's a lot of profanity in it. You know, we're all adults. So here we go.
Already. Thank
Unacceptable.
Hey, what's going on with it, man? You already know it's your boy David J back at you again with another video. I want to talk about why you should never go 50-50 with no bitch. This is a deep subject, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, I mean, we've all been in a position where bitches want 50-50 when it comes to a relationship, a situationship, partnership, whatever the case. I'm a firm believer in the 80-20 rule. You know what I'm saying? You know, the bitches get 80% and you only give 20%. Niggas might say, David, why you only give it 20%? Why the bitch got to give 80%, nigga? Because you the motherfucking prize, nigga. You know what I mean? This bitch should be showing nothing but cooperation. The day that you start going 50-50 with a bitch and you let a bitch knows that you're going 50-50, that she's going to take that shit and really run with it. And she's going to try to manipulate your motherfucking ass. And a lot of you niggas might not be able to comprehend this game because, nigga, you've been so goddamn manipulated and brainwashed to think that, nigga, we're supposed to be 50-50 in a relationship. Like, you know, you know, when we go out, I pay this time. You pay this time, I pay this time, you pay this time. I did the dishes today. It's your turn to do the dishes. Oh, I cooked today. It's your turn to cook. Nigga, fuck all that shit. You know what I mean? Nigga, real players don't keep count, nigga. We win games. You niggas need to immediately establish everything from the motherfucking get-go. You should be finding out the type of woman that she is. You know what I mean? You need to go deep with the conversation. You need to know about this bitch, how her relationship was with her father. How was she with her last relationship or niggas that she fucked with? Is she the submissive type? Is she the type of bitch that love to be getting catered to? The more you know about the bitch, the better prepared you'll be. I don't want a bitch that's like, I pay this time and you pay next time. Or I don't want a bitch that's keeping track on how much money she spent on me or how much money she done gave me. It's like, you know, if a bitch you keeping track? Bitch, what is you, an accountant, bitch? What is this, bitch? You know what I mean? You niggas out there, nigga, if you don't like your situation with your bitch, your current bitch, or how things are going with your new bitch, you are what you settle for. You allowed yourself to get to this point. You allowed the relationship, the situationship to get to this motherfucking point. You know what I mean? A lot of you niggas, you might live with your bitch, and it's like, oh, I clean the bathroom. It's your turn to clean the bathroom. It's like, bitch, first of all, bitch, I clean up after my motherfucking self. You ain't gonna be sitting here and try to assign me some chores, giving me instructions on what I need to do around the house, bitch. I know what I need to do around the house. You know what I mean, bitch? I give you the instructions, bitch. You do what I ask you to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you got you the type of bitch that keeps score, you know what I mean? You got you the type of bitch that keep track of everything that y'all do. You know what I mean? I even heard some crazy shit like, you know, one of the homies was telling me the bitch was gonna make a motherfucking schedule, you know what I mean? Nigga on the refrigerator where it's her day, it's his day, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you niggas situations is what you allow it to be. You know, the 20% sounds like it's, you know, obviously it's less than 80%, but in reality, that 20% is damn near more than what any other nigga can do. Because she's always coming to you for, you know, she's coming asking you questions about the dumbest shit. You always have an answer for whatever question that she has. You know what I'm saying? When she going through a bad day, it's like she knows she got a real nigga that she can really talk to that's going to break the shit down logically, you know what I mean? Not emotionally. Maybe she made a mistake or whatever the case, and you make her feel better about the mistake that she made. Now, let's just say she go fuck with somebody else. She giving that nigga pussy. She giving that nigga some head, you know what I mean? And every now and then she might cook for him, you know what I'm saying? But this nigga, he going 50-50 with the chores, you know what I mean? 50-50 with cooking. He pay for every time they go on a date, every time they go out somewhere, he paying for it, you know what I'm saying? Every trip, he paying for it. You know, she sees some shoes, she see this bag, he buying it. You know what I mean? Everything that she wants, this nigga is catering to that. Bitches is gonna get bored of that shit. He don't ever check the bitch, or if he call himself trying to check the bitch start crying, so he start feeling bad and shit, and she start pouting all around the house, and the nigga over here calling all his friends, man, I done made her, man, I don't know what to do, and man, whoop, 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 I don't know, I'm sorry. A bitch will allow you to do whatever you want to do for the bitch. A bitch allow you to cash her out and do all that sucker ass shit, but she's not gonna respect your motherfucking ass. If you following this game correctly, nigga, you know what I mean? You're 20%. That little ass, you know, that so-called little ass 20% is gonna create the illusion that you're actually giving that bitch more than 50%. You know, Valentine's Day coming up, nigga. You might not buy the bitch shit for Valentine's Day. Nigga, like, bitch, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Bitch, whatever. This the day everybody get their little gifts and all the shit. But, you know, so everybody get over Valentine's Day a week and a half later. Next thing you know, nigga, you know, out of kindness of your heart, nigga, you go buy that bitch some flowers, buy her some candy and shit. Out of nowhere, the bitch ain't even expecting shit. That's gonna mean more to a bitch than the Valentine's Day shit. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's unexpected. The bitch ain't expecting that shit. When bitches start expecting shit, nigga, that's when you in trouble. She gonna be crying all on social media. Look what he got me. Oh my God, look, it was so unexpected. She gonna
Woo, that's a lot to unpack there. So all this time I've been giving
wait to hear what Shannon got to say.
50. I mean, man, us men, we've been stupid giving more than 50%. So Shannon, what do you think?
Okay, first of all, he should not ever be allowed to be on any platform ever again. Second of all, how you gonna have a white Christmas tree with only 3 ornaments on it? Third, I can see why he only going 20% with his half decorated Christmas tree. So yeah, about that. I couldn't do it because one, I ain't gonna be nobody's bitch. Let's start there. That was too much bitching for me. Like, too much. I hated it. I wouldn't date him. Not interested.
No?
Not at all. I'm so turned off. I just can't. No, thank you.
No, Steph, his 20%, pretty.
Thank you.
No, because I mean, I'm just like, you look like a simp with that stupid ass hat on, and you look like you got titties. Like, what is like? You look like you look like you're doing more than 20% because that house was clean. Looked like he had just vacuumed and straightened up the living room and everything. And
his female, he's doing 80%. Remember?
Right. He looked like a hobosexual. You know, the ones that just go around trying to stay with you because they ain't got nowhere to live.
A hobosexual. I never heard that one.
I mean, like, okay, let's just say he trying to, give out some type of pimp type advice, not getting bitches shit on Valentine's Day, surprising bitches unexpectedly, whatever. But the messenger, the package that is coming from is not believable.
Right.
So if the look is not going with the message, like that's a problem for me, because he looked like he about 5'1". Anybody that got the camera like that, that mean they short. So first of all,
the second thing is, Steph, if somebody is calling for this, somebody believe that.
he probably lived with his mama, to be honest with you, and he just putting some polarizing content on YouTube to make money. That's really what it is, because ain't nobody falling for that shit.
It's a dummy out there.
Buy that nigga a cup of coffee. Fuck him.
There's a lot of things wrong with that guy.
All right, we're gonna go to you, Jackie. So can you're married, right? Can your husband dial back 30% now after listening to him? You're married. Can your husband start dialing back 30% off of what he's given now after you hear that?
Dialing back.
Yeah.
No, we both give 100%. Ain't no 50, 20. We both give 100% of what we feel like each other need. I mean, most of the time when we out, he pay. If it's a situation where he don't have enough or he left his wallet, I'll pay. When it come to cooking, whoever get home first, cook the meal. It's not keeping score. It's taking care of business and doing what needs to be done, for whoever can get it done at the time. I mean, he lost me at the word bitch. He sound like somebody who hate women, probably have some type of resentment towards women. And that's a problem with a lot of men, especially young men. They see us as some type of object or some type of meat to stick their DICKs in instead of, people, human beings that you interact with, that you build with, you know what I'm saying, that you have an actual relationship with, It's always about, and that's the thing with the world. We done created this little narcissistic society where it's always about what you can get out of things. You want to make sure you can get out of it, more than the other person. Well, she's not going to get this. And then the Valentine's come out, not getting nothing for Valentine's and surprising her later on. Bitch, it's too late after that. It's too late after that. Amen. If you're not going to celebrate, that's a day set aside to celebrate love and relationships. And if we can't celebrate on that day, take your ass on. I don't want no 2-week-old Valentine.
Right, we're going to get to the fellas, but
on February 15th.
Q, was there any wisdom at all in his video?
In his fuck shit, let's be honest.
Keep your record, I guess. Is it?
I honestly, during the entire thing, I was trying not to roll my eyes into the back of my head from frustration and fear I might give myself a migraine. So I'm just at this point looking down because I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, someone actually? No, I guess people very much do believe that, and that's so fucking ludicrous. That's so unreal. I can't. I understand people that murder. I don't understand this. It's so fucking toxic. It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. I'm going to be in a relationship with you. So I'm going to literally do the smallest amount of shit possible. Like, you know what? Matter of fact, you give your 20%. I'm gonna wear the pants and have the dick and bring my 80%. And we finna do shit the way I want to do shit. Since I'm bringing everything to the table and calling the shots, you my child. I am claiming you on my taxes. Like, if you want to be independent.
He did say too that he was taking money from these women too. So according to him,
his ass ain't got no woman.
He got a baby.
So Christian, have you reevaluated your life and what you do as far as dating after hearing the Brother Man?
Yeah, he want to be a pimp, and that's all. And he trying to act like, like he's schooling people on how to on the how to get the most. He might as well just be a pimp. Stop trying to act like he want to be in a relationship with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And he's just trying to get the most, like Jacqueline said, he's trying to objectify and say, okay, how can I get the most with the least amount of investment? Like it's a commodity or something. You know what I'm saying? He might as well just say, hey, you need to go out in the street and bring me my money. That's what he need to do, and stop trying to act like he's giving people some game on how to successfully make a girl happy, because that's not what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was with all that bees. I'm like, I'm not looking for no, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm looking for. I would never be talking about someone I'm in a relationship like that. It's just crazy.
Yeah. What about you, Alan? You scooped up the game?
Bruh, this is irritating the very surgically repaired scar on my right thigh right now. Just because of what I try and do on a daily basis on posting positivity towards women, then to hear this foolishness. The biggest thing that bothers me is he was really talking, because I heard one word, he said situationship. That's not a relationship. We got a lot of people that get in situationships and try and treat those like relationships, and they're not.
Yeah.
Another issue, he doesn't want to be held accountable. You're upset because your girl wants to put you on a schedule where we work as a team, and you have an issue with that. So that lets me know you're immature mentally. You're not prepared for a relationship with anybody, and you don't know what to do when it comes to responsibility. Because if you have an issue with doing dishes, I can imagine if you're single, you're probably not touching nothing. Your roommates or mom is the one taking care of everything. And the scary thing and the sad thing is, and I think someone had said it, someone watched that video and took everything he said as the Bible. And it's like, I'm about to go out there and lay all of this truth out there. Bro, and the way the sisters are coming out nowadays, bro, gonna get them hands laid on him, because I was expecting one of the girls to sit there slapping through the camera. I'm like, yo, bro, your mouth. Like, if you say you really care about somebody, there's no way that you're going to speak that way and in that manner towards them.
I don't think. You know why? There's a reason why I put that video on there. Is he's not an exception.
No, he's not.
He's not an exception. I'm talking about as far as YouTube content.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's pretty much the norm of a lot of these cats, right? So this is not like I'm reached down in the depths of YouTube to find this. I literally had to mine through a bunch of other stuff to find something, and he was just one of them that I picked. So we're gonna let Aaron give his thoughts, and then we're gonna get to the last video.
So I just want to know, is that like real? Because
no, it's real. That's him.
I have a friend, a lifelong friend, like from kindergarten, that makes these type of videos, and I know his mother, right? I know his mother, I know his daughter, and he's nothing like this. So I'm speaking, what I'm about to say is from the perspective that he really feels like that. One, I could tell he has like bad credit because his fucking Christmas tree is still up, and it's fucking, he talking about Valentine's Day, so he don't do shit on time. Nothing happens on time. He don't pay his bills on time, so he got bad credit. And I mean, like the level of masculinity like he was showing is like white people really think we act like this all the time. Like he just like that's the reason why we get shot, because people view us as that guy. So it's like dangerous to even put something out there like that. Like people really see us as all we do is say women are bitches and we take it from them and things like that. It's like, damn, he set black dudes back so far. If this is real, and he don't even
all of his videos were essentially,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's dangerous. Fuck. I mean, I can't say fuck how everybody else feel, but it's more dangerous to put a video like that out there than the how public gonna react to it. Because, like I said, white people really think we act like that, and really think all black people or all black men or act like how this guy is. So it was crazy to even see. It's like,
well,
I don't care what white people think. What I care is about what the little young black boys think that's looking at him and thinking that that's, you know, how it's supposed to be, and that's how you're supposed to feel about women.
but yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you also got to understand, to some people that is all black people. All black people are like that. Like each and every one of us.
If somebody think like that, if they look at one video and think that that's all of us, then that person is just ignorant anyway. And we should care about that.
They're looking for something to fit their narratives.
I agree with both of you guys. The only time where I care about somebody white, what they think when it comes to this, is if they're on my jury on a crime I didn't commit, you know, and they're like,
or interviewing you for a job,
right, or something like that,
or pulling you over, you over.
Yeah.
But Jacqueline, my dear friend, I saved the last video. You're gonna start this one off, and okay. I gotta set this one up. If you love that last one, this is how I'm gonna set this video up. Is the last guy said that the next guy was a fraud. He made a whole video about how this guy is a fraud. So you're gonna love this guy, and Shannon knows who this guy is because I've showed him his stuff. He's the new rage on the internet, so yeah. He's this Shannon loves this cat. So some of y'all probably even seen him before. So you get first dibs, my dear friend Jacqueline, on this one. This one is a good one. All right, here we go.
What's up, fellas? Me again, here to talk about why women don't like nice guys. Now, guys, there's something you need to understand about women. And I know most of you guys out there are nice, because that's why the MGTOW movement is so big, and that's why so many guys are frustrated at Pookie and Ray Ray. But let me tell you something. There's a reason why women do not like nice guys. There's a reason why you're having a hard time with women. Women are constantly looking for the high-value, pre-selected male. And every woman, at least every attractive woman, has ran and dated enough pre-selected guys to know how they act and to know how you act. Pre-selected guys are cocky, arrogant assholes. They don't open doors. They don't pull out chairs. They basically act like they don't give a shit. And because they have options. Listen, I was a bouncer a few years back in the Meatpacking District. And let me tell you, I've been in the club, working in the club when Justin Bieber was there, Diddy was there, Jay-Z, all these guys. And let me tell you something, they are arrogant as shit. And I'm talking about arrogant with females. They done had me get females out their section for whatever reason, for whatever reason, they tell me to come get them out. I got to get them out. It was my job. And let me tell you something, Diddy and these guys, they are arrogant as fuck. A female waitress that worked at the club touched Diddy on the shoulder to get him the check. And he turned around and he snapped and told her, "Don't touch me." Arrogant as fuck. Every bad bitch or every at least halfway decent chick done dated a guy like that had a lot of options and they know how they act. And you acting nice and talking to her on the phone and pulling out chairs and opening up doors, she knows you have no option. That's why you can't get nowhere with her. If she gets a hint that she's your only option or you're limited, guys, listen. From the minute you meet a woman, she's constantly trying to see how many women want you and value you. That's what she wants. She don't want you if nobody else wants you. She has no barometer but to know how you treat her. You're putting her on a pedestal. Listen, if you treat her like a celebrity, she's going to treat you like a fan. If you don't remember nothing else, remember that. If you treat her like a celebrity, she's gonna treat you like a fan. You got to be the celebrity, and she got to be the fan. You got to really not give a shit. You guys getting on here with all these MGTOW and Ipmore videos, crying and pining over women. Don't get mad at women because you nice and they don't want you. Be an arrogant asshole. Act like I don't give a fuck. You're not focused on your fucking purpose. That's what the fucking problem is. You sit around, you're making fucking videos and hating this and hating that and hate this woman. You're not focused on your fucking purpose. Because if you was a man focused on your purpose, you'd be like, man, fuck that bitch. You ain't focused on your purpose. You're sitting playing video games all day and come in on Red Pill and fucking MGTOW videos all day instead of focusing on your purpose, instead of focusing on how can you better yourself. Instead, you just crying on videos all day, and I'm sick of it. The shit ends here. If you're a nice guy, you nice because you have no options. If I was a woman, I wouldn't want your ass either. What the hell I want to give you some pussy for if you ain't getting none nowhere else? Nobody else wants you. What the hell I want you? What the hell I want you for? If I was a woman, I would rather fuck a guy that's fucking 20 other chicks than to fuck your lonely ass. And there's a man telling you that. You being too nice, she knows that. Every woman that has dated an arrogant man who has had options, she knows how he acts. Any woman that could date me right now could tell you they know I got options. I basically act like I don't give a shit. But it's not an act, I don't. I just fucked a girl Saturday for the first time. We ain't talked since. We won't talk until she called me. She never called me, fine. She will call again, a week or 2 weeks. She will call again. You know why she gonna call again? Because she's dated enough guys to know how guys who don't have options, how they act. They call the next day, good morning, I really enjoyed your company yesterday. Fucking nice guy. Then she start flaking on you. Then you get on YouTube and you cry about black women do this and black women do that. But you fucking nice guy. You fucking ain't focused on your purpose. You fucking just worried about the sex instead of focusing on your purpose and doing what you're supposed to do. That's why I'm gonna start coming up with a goddamn club to come out against you fucking beta males that get on the internet and cry all day instead of coming up with solutions. I'm giving you solutions. You're not arrogant, you're not confident enough because you don't got nothing going for yourself. You're not focused on your purpose. If you was focused on your purpose, if you was doing what you're supposed to be doing, you wouldn't give a fuck about that bitch. Trust me. Trust me. Now listen, I know I got advantages. I'm 6'4" and 225 pounds. And so I know I got a little advantages, but that has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. You can get on your purpose and focus on yourself. When you go out to date with a girl, don't compliment that bitch. You're giving her value. Don't compliment that bitch. Don't tell her nothing. Don't open no door. Don't do nothing. You think the arrogant asshole, the Pookie and Ray Ray give her compliments? Fuck that bitch. They don't give her compliments. That's why she go and fuck them to seek their validation. The second you give a girl a compliment, her pussy get dried in a motherfucker. Stop complimenting them bitches. You fucking nice guys. Damn. This shit is simple. This is not rocket science, fellas. This is not rocket science. Stop calling a girl all the time. Stop texting a girl all the time. Act like you got 100 goddamn women at your beck and call. They have dated enough guys. Every woman has dated enough guys with options to know how they fucking act. I am telling you, any woman who dating me would know that this guy obviously got a lot of options. That's why they sit here. I wish I could show you my text messages. They just pursue me. Are we seeing each other this weekend? They don't know. They like, fuck, I gotta ask him out. Yeah, they don't know. They know if it was left up to me, they might not see me for 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm not Pookie and Ray Ray because I don't sell drugs. But I know how to fucking act, and I know to be focused on my purpose and not a bitch, and to have a fucking rotation. So I don't see no girl every week because I know if I do, she gonna perceive me as not having any other options, and that's gonna make her lose interest. This shit is simple. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Get on your purpose. Stop being such a nice guy. If you get on your purpose, that nice guy, it's gonna go away. All that texting back, it's gonna go away. You never fucking text a girl or call a girl first after you fuck her. Let her call you. She will call. Might take a week, might take 2 weeks. She will call. Give it time. She will call. Stop being a nice guy. Some of y'all can't even get laid, just too fucking nice. Pulling out chairs, opening up doors. Stop that nice guy behavior. Like, comment, subscribe. Get back in.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wow.
Oh, wow.
What? And the haberdashery
where did you find that?
woven just happened. He had the caucasity.
You had two disrespectful videos back to back about women being bitches.
To me,
Go ahead, Jacqueline.
well, what I saw immediately, he seems like a very sad, insecure little man. He looked like he sounded like he was about to cry the entire video. And I think personally, he probably need to work on some insecurities he have and kind of reevaluate the women that he's attracted to, the type of women that he's probably dating or attracted to. You know, and then in the common theme I keep seeing, like in the last video and in this video, what's up with the keeping score bullshit? You know, she got to call you first. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks to call. I mean, it's like I told Kente before we started this show. The thing about nice guys is nice guys aren't always nice. I don't like the word nice. I'd rather have somebody who's kind than have somebody who's nice, because nice can be fake. People can be nice to you just to get something they want from you. I don't like nice. I like kindness. And to just say that somebody is an overall nice guy or a nice person, it's kind of ignorant, because people are multidimensional. They may be nice in one effect, but then be a complete asshole in another effect. And the thing is, you have to find out what works for you. But, you know, you're talking about women in the club running up on P. Diddy and all these people. Okay, you know what type of people, what caliber of women those are. You know, they after celebrities, they after the fame and the clout. So why would you even look to those type of women to build any type of relationship or have any type of feelings for? That's not what they're looking for. You looking in the wrong place. And as far as like the girl touching people, I don't like people touching me either. Like folks I don't know, I probably wouldn't be like real nasty or rude, but I don't like to be touched either. You know. But
he says it ain't. He says all women. He said even your mama.
Well, that's
even
somebody
your
who.
mama.
That's somebody who needs.
That's
That's somebody who needs therapy. He needs to go and get some help and quit spreading out this toxic information to everybody. Yeah, he need to go get some help.
And I want you guys to understand.
He's clearly sad.
Have you guys ever heard of him?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about him, because
this guy is really popular, and men actually pay him for game or whatever.
That's scary.
That's scary.
That's scary. That's scary.
What do they?
The problem is he's telling some of his advice is on. In other words, like women are attracted to men who are on their purpose and are about doing what they feel is important in their life. They have something going on. Now that's true, but the fact that you got to be rude and mean and all this other stuff is not. So he has some good stuff mixed in with the bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? And because like he's trying to get you to think about your life like you Puff Daddy or Jay or something, and you gotta just try to get as many women as you can. Like if that's your goal, then of course you're gonna be able to get women that you're gonna be able to disrespect, right? Because they're not actually looking for a relationship either. You know what I'm saying? They just looking to get some D. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they don't care if you're nice to them and all this other stuff. They just want to know if you lay the pipe and when the next time you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So it I mean and I guess that works for people who are looking for that. That's all I got to say.
You don't like women.
So Stephanie,
yeah, I thought the same thing. You can't like women.
You don't like women.
Stephanie, was there any?
But that's the thing. You can have men who love pussy but hate women.
Right. Yeah, he don't like women.
He said he has advantages. He's 6'4", 225.
Lying.
Yeah,
He got a
It's not rocket science.
What about your character? What's in your spirit? You know, what type of personality do you have?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can have the look, you can have the money, but what's in your soul? Like, can you help somebody? Can you appeal to their spirit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of energy are you projecting?
I don't think
because if you
go ahead, Stephanie.
I don't think the people that are watching him care about energies and exchanging vibes and protecting spirits. Like, they trying to fuck. That's what they trying to do.
Right.
I think the people who are watching him are hurt.
And so
He's hurt. You can tell he hurt.
Yeah, and they're hurt.
Yeah, well, rejection hurts. I mean,
Some woman did that to him, and now he mad at all of them.
right.
Yeah.
So a couple of things I noticed is that just from a personal experience, I have dated probably 2 men that I noticed didn't give compliments, and it was actually a turnoff. And I saw that as a way of putting up a facade to not show vulnerability. So it was kind of like, if I give her a compliment, she'll actually know that I like her, and then she can try to like control me or do some other shit, and it's also a sign of insecurity. And then the other thing I kind of noticed is that, okay, well, even if you're arrogant or even if you're a nice guy, women like to be mentally stimulated, and I can't be mentally stimulated trying to listen to you stutter over your quote unquote game for 30 minutes on the phone. Like, that shit was like watching fucking paint dry. That it was mentally, it was stressful listening to that. And then all them fucking lines on his forehead and shit. Like, focus on fixing that shit. You can like I said, the game got to go with the package. If you talking all that shit, you talking cash money shit, I'm gonna need you to fit the package. Okay.
Word. It's funny. He is, like I said, he's very popular. People, he's written a book. He's skyrocketed. People. Yeah, he has a book out. He goes by Alpha Male Strategies. He has wonderful videos like how to get a woman obsessed with you. How to take money from women.
A video called what?
How to get a woman obsessed with you. And he literally starts the video off by saying, "This. I just want to let you guys know that this video is pure." I can't even say it because he has that accent. Pure evil. He don't even say pure right. Pure evil. And then he's like, "We don't let him host, so let's get started." I'm like,
so basically, he built a business around manipulating women.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a very successful business for him.
Absolutely, because that's the society we live in. We live in a society of, narcissistic manipulators, people who won't. Yeah.
But check this out. He said his number one customers, this out of his own mouth, are not men who are trying to sleep with a bunch of women. That are just guys who are trying to get one woman. So, okay. So he says literally, so essentially a guy could be after you, Stephanie, and he's like going to Alpha Male Strategies to try to get the way to do it.
If he's doing that, I think that's ass backwards. Because if a woman isn't talking to you and then you try to use some Alpha Male strategy and not talk to her, isn't that like you getting the message and just like
okay, can I interject? I don't know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Computer's fucking up. Okay, so I used to work at this social media company, and one of our clients was this guy that is like, they call him a male matchmaker, and what he does is he's supposed to empower men to be this alpha dog so they can approach women, right? Sounds super chauvinistic, like not masochistic, but like chauvinistic and narcissistic and all the other, right? So as part of our onboarding, I had to go through a lot of the stuff that he was supposedly teaching. And the part that bugged me the most was that the material that he was teaching on the surface is meant to give people, especially men that don't have confidence, the confidence they need to approach women that they feel are out of their league, right? So they give them these strategies, they give them icebreakers, they make themselves look mysterious and alluring by connecting. But the problem is a lot of guys that have these overinflated egos go for these classes, switch everything around and turn it into something that's so much more predatory. And it's really fucked up because I've seen the demographic that they should be targeted toward. Like, I'm sure we all know the guy that's really frail, shy, doesn't want to talk, can't even approach a woman. I've dated one that was I felt like he would piss himself if, you know, I got hella mad type shit. But it's like gaining that confidence. And I think that's awesome. I think the ability to be able to approach someone that you could have a relationship with, I think that's beautiful in, you know, what it is. But then it's like, as you see people like this that have decided, oh, well, I'm going to take this, do it in the most manipulating way possible to see how much I can get out of this. And that's where it's like, why? We can all, like, I mean, y'all already know. I feel like I'm just repeating the same shit. But yeah, I just wanted to interject with it's crazy that it could actually have a place if it wasn't so twisted and demented.
It does have a place.
You know what? That's just like one of his tame videos. You know, that's not like even one of the I've shown her some crazy videos that he got. I just had to find some that was short that, you know, you could play. But that guy, the guy we had on before, Alan Roger Curry, when he was talking about a guy, he wouldn't say his name because they have a beef with each other. He was referring to AMS or Alpha Male Strategies. But like I said, there was a reason why I wanted to put this on here, because those are what's really popping on social media as far as dating or relationship conversation. You know, it's not really men and women talking to each other and having a dialogue. It's like that. You know, the real extreme type stuff like that. And that's what people are gravitating to. And a lot of people who just don't know, they don't even know this stuff is going on. You know, they don't know. And he, like I said, he's one of many. There's like tons, but he's become one of the more popular ones. But there's a lot of guys that are literally taking this as advice, as this is the gospel. There's videos online. I probably should have had them queued up, where there's men that are crying. Tears are coming down their eyes, thanking him for showing him how to be, basically. There was this one African guy that, I mean, it's almost sad. This African guy was in tears because he had got advice from him and it changed his life, and his life is so much better. And it had nothing to do with his channel. So this was legit. This guy made a video just to say thank you, because your advice has helped me become better with women and stuff. And I don't get played and all of that stuff. And like I said, there's many of them, videos of people thanking him for his advice and his he's like the Yoda of these whatever you want to call it.
That's like somebody making a video thanking Donald Trump for his real estate course. That's like ass backwards. Yeah, I got you. That's like ass backwards. Like who made this? Who hurt this man? That's like a cry for help almost.
Yeah, he said it. He says it in one of his videos. He says, I've seen a lot of them. He says in one of his videos that, you know, he just kept getting played, and he finally got tired of it, and he just started reading books.
Oh, but I thought he had options.
Yeah, and then he says now he does the playing, and I mean he said some real hateful stuff. He said some real hateful.
Yeah, he was hurt, and I can relate a little bit because I was gonna say I can relate a little bit because I was real shy and introvert, and so what he basically did is just flipped it and become ultra aggressive, right? And so it does help people who are shy and not confident, because now they go out, but now they're taking it too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you got to be able to approach the women, because the majority of them aren't going to approach you. You know what I'm saying? And so you just got to be able to say hi, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to be like, you know, I'm just going to keep on going and try to get as many as I can and treat them bad. You know, it's like Q said, it has a place as far as some men need to learn some confidence and some assertiveness, but you don't got to learn how to be a predator and take it, you know, over the top. And the thing is, these men are repressed, and then now they get, oh, I can get a woman, and now this man is telling me I need to get as many as I can, and so they just get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Is you're turning them from bashful recluses into over aggressive predators when they need to find the middle ground, you know, and just be able to talk and just build a relationship.
One thing he says, and you know, we'll wrap it up. One thing he says is any man who gets married is a beta male simp, and that, you know, no real man wants to get married and just be with one woman, and, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. And you're starting to hear that a lot from a lot. You hear that a lot, that getting married is like, from a male perspective, is weak, and, you know, it makes you a beta male just getting married. That that women don't even respect men who get married.
First of all, when a man and a woman get married, the woman has more to lose and give up than the man.
That part.
I mean, we have to, you know, mainly, you know, we have to have the babies. We have to, most of the times, clean the house, cook the food. You know, even when he can go out and pursue his dreams, we got to make sure that the household and the family is still running. So we have more to lose.
That's if you get a girl from Mississippi.
I mean, a girl from anywhere, really.
Not if you get them from LA. That's not happening. I'm telling you right now.
But I'm just saying, though. I mean,
like I said, whatever pumpkin patch you come from, please let us know where the women are doing all of that. Okay. But I hear what you're saying. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. You know, I don't believe that at all. So that means my father was a beta male, you know, my grandfather was, my uncles, like, that's silly, you know, that's silly talk.
It's like a lot of men, they just want to run around and get women and have babies instead of building families. And they don't understand that when you build a family, you know, you build a few things. First of all, you build a community. You build a wealth.
Right.
I mean, that's even, especially in the Black community, that's the backbone of the community. You know, if the family is strong, the community is strong.
Amen.
You know, but when you got a baby over here, a baby on town, a baby in another state, everybody all spread it out. That's something that's kind of, you know, spread it and just shared it around. You know, it's, you know, they don't want to build that unit. They just want to run around and, you know, do what they want to do. And just get these little, you know, sex trophies, for lack of better words, you know, to be a big man or whatever. And that's not a man, that's a bitch.
That's the irony of it all. That's the irony. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be a big man, so I'm gonna literally not do anything. Like, how is that being a man, my guy? If you're supposed to be a man and take care of everything, but you're not taking care of the bills, you're not taking care of the home, you're not taking care of me and my kids, like, fuck are you doing? You're being kept at home. Like, you're literally not doing shit.
A man is like my dad, who get up at 5 o'clock every morning and go to work to take care of his family for 30, 40, and 50 years. You know, make sure his wife and his kids are straight. Make sure that everybody go to school. Everybody, you know, able to maintain and be functional when they become adults. That's a damn man. I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Yeah, I don't agree with. I mean, has he said some things that I've agreed with? Of course, but I mean, shit, Hitler probably said some things we agree with. So, you know, so I don't know, man. It's very interesting, and like I said, he is not he's not an exception. He is more or less. There's more people. There's more hymns than there are me, you know, or C Wills, or, you know, that are doing content, you know, and it's really unfortunate. I mean, you could say it's like a car wreck or something like that, but you know, that's what's out there. So I really wanted to kind of give you a taste of what's out there in there, so you'll know. So some of these single women may be coming up, you know, maybe going out with guys who have taken the AMS, who's read his books and all of that stuff. So good luck.
Good luck with that.
All right. So I want to thank this wonderful panel. You guys were amazing. You are some wonderful people. I'm going to start off with the ladies, of course. We're going to start off with Miss Q. How can we get you on social media? And is there anything we need to be on the lookout for?
Okay, so yeah, well, I guess not on the lookout just yet. I am still working on both my novel and my anthology, but I'm making a ton of headway, so I'm definitely having a lot of fun there. But I might have pulled up where you guys can reach me or find me at. I'm just gonna assume that's what it is. Okay, you can email me at q.vergara, vergara.writing, WRITING @gmail.com. And you can find me on Facebook, Q Vergara, VERGARA.
All right. Thank you. Now, Stephanie, I miss Instagram. If you're not subscribed to her Instagram, you need to be, because she always puts everyday wonderful selfies, and she lives an amazing life. And she was just hanging out with Cardi B Friday. So how can people get you in social media?
My Instagram is so-so-steph_, and that's about it. You can follow me on Instagram. And yes, I did see Cardi B this past Friday, but yeah, she was here in concert and it was a good time. So thank you.
And you know what? Let me clarify something too about your name. You're not saying that you're so-so. It's more like the so-so deaf, right?
So the reason why is like when Twitter first came about, my friends were like, "Oh, let's go get our Twitter names." I don't even really use Twitter, and so my friend was like, "Oh, it would be cool if you put so-so Steph instead of so-so deaf." So I was like, "Okay." So I just reserved the name, and I just been using it across social media since then. That's all.
Right. So she's not saying she's so-so.
Yeah. No.
All right, Jacqueline, it's so good. I haven't seen this lady's face in a while. It's always a pleasure to see you. Hopefully, we can get you on again. And tell us about how we can get you in social media and anything that we need to be on the lookout for.
You can go to on Facebook. I'm just Jacqueline Loggins, and Instagram is artist Jackie Loggins. I have 2 books coming out. It's like a 2-book little romance series that's going to be on Amazon Kindle in the next couple months. And I have some more stuff I'm working on, but that's the immediate thing I have right now.
Okay. And fellas, she's from Mississippi, so she knows where all these women at who do all these wonderful things in Mississippi. She's going to point us. She's going to take us there to the promised land. All right, so we're gonna go to Alan. How can we get you in social media? And you have a wonderful Instagram as well.
Yes, you can actually follow me on Instagram at Newman_hot takes. You can also follow me on Facebook at Newman Hot Takes as well. Or you can just put in Alan M. Newman Jr. and you can find my regular Facebook page also.
All right, and of course Aaron, who had to go, he's Mr. Wake Up Better. So, C. Will, how can we get you in social media, and what should we be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Instagram as C. Will Inspire. And be on the lookout on my social media. I have a new personal development program coming out soon, and I do digital marketing as well, and that's going to be rolling out soon. So if you need copywriting or promotion or strategy in the digital marketing arena, I will be doing that. So C. Will Inspire on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. And last but definitely not least, my wonderful co-host, the one and only Shannon Ford Jefferson. How can we get you in social media, and what should we be on the lookout? And when's that book coming out?
You can reach me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All the same name, Shannon Ford Jefferson, for like the president. From Jefferson like the president. My 5 books, all poetry, on Amazon.com. And my next book, Dismantling Daddy Dysfunction, sometime in 2019.
All right. And just to let people know, we will be in Get Vocal after the show, doing our after show. So if you are able to stop by and chop it up with us, you can get me at Kente F on Twitter. And you can get me at Kente, KINTEFERGERSON on Instagram. And of course, our website is indyradio.org. That's INDYradio.org. We'll be back next week with an all new episode. You guys have a beautiful and wonderful week, and God bless.
Thank you.
And watch out for the sugar cookies now.